Hey loves, it's Britt, and in this video I'm talking about Moon Trine, the North Node in Synastry. So if you have the Moon Trine, the North Node in Synastry, it's automatically Moon Sextile, the South Node in Synastry. So you have both of these aspects going on when we have this trine. So this is a really nice one. This was requested a lot actually. I see it in my list like multiple times. So you guys wanted to know about this trine, and I see why, because it is just lovely. Now, as the moon person, when we have someone's planet or point, like the North Node, trine to our moon, moon trines feel really good when you're the moon person. It feels like an emotional opening or an emotional safety, even like a gentle form of inner child healing. So we get some of that here, although I do feel that this aspect is actually the most healing for the North Node person, because the moon person is a real nurturing influence on the North Node person. They can even, in a sense, kind of mother them in a way. There's a very feminine energy to this relationship. There's a very like mothering kind of dynamic to the relationship. And that can go both ways, but you're usually going to see it more with the moon person feeling like this because they feel an emotional opening, because they feel emotionally safe with the North Node person. It's like they want to help them. And you could say that trines to the North Node, or even conjunctions to the North Node, although it's not always, it doesn't always work like that. Um, the planet person is kind of like someone that is helping the node person go towards their soul mission, because the North Node in our natal chart, it shows a point of destiny, fatedness, and energy that, it's kind of uncomfortable for us, but we have to go there to truly live our purpose. So the moon person in this trine is really helping ever so gently and in like a very soothing way, helping the North Node person go towards that North Node. So the element here that this trine is taking place in is a major key to the relationship. That is the energy that is flowing really nicely. That is the form of healing that we're having. So, like, if my Leo moon is trine someone's North Node, it would have to be a North Node in Sagittarius or a North Node in Aries. That is a fire trine going on. So that is showing inspiration. That's showing, physical energy and fiery enthusiasm and passion. And my moon, which is like the most inward part of me, right? My moon is like the most natural expression. It's like how I feel, and how I emotionally express, right? So that's a really easy energy for me to embody. It's very easy for me to help those North Nodes really embrace that fire, which maybe isn't as easy for them because they have an air South Node, which is overly logical or more in the mind, not in the intuition. Fire's about intuition, air is more logical, right? So my fiery Leo moon heart is very easy to kind of light the fire for these Aries or Sagittarius North nodes. Um, so that's just an example of like how this works. And like, of course, you can relate it to whatever element you've got this trine happening in. And, really just thinking about how the moon, I mean, the moon sign is really who you feel you are. It's like when you first learn astrology and you read about your moon sign, you're just like, that's it. And everything clicks, right? So the moon being such a natural part of our energy is this is why this is such a comfortable trine to have, because it's nothing for us to express our moon. It's just totally authentic, right? It doesn't take any effort. And so the moon person doesn't feel like the North Node person and helping them and guiding them. It's not any burden or anything. It's just, you know, it's who we are, and it feels really good for the moon person too, because you know that once the node person gets going, then it activates the moon person, and it creates this like, back and forth of that fiery energy or that earth energy or air energy or whatever it is, right? Whatever element, like, so there's a real nice energetic thing happening here. And yeah, the moon person can definitely feel even almost like a parental energy toward the node person. They really look out for them, and then in turn the node person feels that, and they do the same for the moon person, and they really respect the moon person's like authenticity, and they're really inspired by the moon person's emotions, which is a nice way to have someone feel about your emotions if you've maybe felt like you're too much at times, or like you're too emotional, and then you have the moon trine the north node with someone, and the north node person just like actually loves when you're emotional because it fires them up, and it actually helps them be more of who they're truly meant to be in this lifetime. So this is an inspiring contact to have in synastry, and it is a gift. It's gentle. It's growth without too much effort, and it feels really good. It feels good to have trines to the north node in synastry, and like I said, it feels good to have trines to your moon. It's an emotional opening. There's really no downside to this aspect, because even if the north node person isn't ready to go towards their north node, we've still got the moon sextile south node happening. So there's still comfort and there's still ease in being together, and we like each other with this aspect. And like I said, there's a feminine energy, there's a mothering energy kind of coming out here, and I think that like this aspect is kind of showing like a soul helper, like there's certain people that and this one aspect alone isn't going to show whether this is a long-term relationship or a love relationship or whatever, but there's people that have come into our lives to help us. They've come into our lives to help us grow. The north node person has come into the moon person's life to help them feel seen and help them feel validated for their emotions. And the moon person has come into the north node person's life to be a purpose activator, to be a destiny activator. And yeah, there's not really anything wrong with that. It's like when you realize it, when it clicks in for you that you have this kind of soul setup going on, it's a really healing feeling as well. You feel like very purposeful. You feel very like loved from above, like from something greater, from your soul, from God, from creator, like, and the other person's soul. So you can really tap into like the soul energy here of what's going on. Like this relationship is meant to help you on your path. And not that like hard aspects are not meant to help you. They absolutely are. But like trines can show like good karma from past lives, right? Especially in natal. And then also in synastry, it's like, okay, here's something we don't have to work on. Here's something that just comes naturally, that is a gift. And if you have this, be grateful. It's a really nice one to have. So I'd love to know your experience of this aspect in synastry. I know you guys wanted this one. How has it been going for you? Let me know in the comments. And thank you so much for your requests. Keep those requests coming. Thanks for watching. Talk soon. Bye.